Hello, JFix. How are you? You are always first one. How is the audio? Maybe kicking too much. Let me give more. Maybe now is better, right? Doesn't reach to the clip. Video is going good. Only me and you. What's going on? No one else come to join us, man. Uber. Hey yo. I need to fix my pillow on my. Think you saw already here, right? Yeah, I have a beer over here, the one that I always like. I have. Because we need to enjoy, no? Try to put my little boy to sleep. I need to go a little bit to check on him to see if he fall asleep or no. Now he starts sleeping a bit early because he's now full time in the school. He's staying there 6 hours, so he's getting more tired and fall asleep early. Yeah, I not open yet. I was waiting to gather more people like that we can open a beer all together, no? So let me scroll a bit to overhead camera to see if it's okay. So I think it's good. My microscope, where is looking good, the microscope as well. Let's go back to the front. Yeah, only 3 of us. Let's get more people, man. Let's get more people here around. Let me see if I can if my internet page is working. See, internet page is something wrong with it. Where are you? Where is Chrome? Yeah, all right. So we're gonna work on this one tonight because I ordered this one. I made the offer of £10 plus shipping on it, and it says here that is for sold as is for parts or repair, no returns. So it's a Polycom Studio USB video bar, claimed to be 4K. I check also them datasheet. If I go to check them datasheet, Polycom, yeah, this one, the manual. So if we go also here on his manual, it says also here that it's doing 4K, because I want to upgrade the overhead camera, which is doing only 1080p. Like that I can shoot more high quality. See, it says here Poly Studio supports 4K video, but the functionality depends on software and client and monitor. So I hope that it will gonna work on 4K. Because I say the status I really don't know. Since I ordered it, I only open it to make sure it's in good condition, and I keep it aside to make a live stream, try to fix it if it's broken. Maybe we don't need to fix nothing. I don't know nothing what's going on. Godzi is streaming at the same time. People also over there. Oh no. Yeah, no, it's a digital camera, like conference camera, which has also digital zoom, has also this AI intelligence like framing and all these things. Like framing, looking for the speaker, like when in the conference room there is more people and someone's speaking, and then suddenly someone else is speaking, is moving by itself, picking up the people. Yeah, it's a PTZ also. This one is like a PTZ, looks like that, only that this one was a bar, had also speakers here that who sell it, they removed the speakers over here. It was also with the speaker, has also 4 microphones inside here. So you see the holes here. These are microphones. 1, 2, 3, 4 microphones. And that's why my overhead camera is a good one. It's a Logi Group, same conference with optical zoom. But the problem is that do only 1080p, and I can't shoot more than 1080p. Yeah, PTZ cameras are good, but it's good to get also the one that has optical zoom. If you have the optical zoom, it's better than the digital zoom. Okay, guys, if someone comes later, we're gonna be more than welcome. I'm gonna start opening the evening with this Moretti beer. So let me find my screwdriver to open it, because I don't have an opener. You know already that I'm not using openers. And here we go. I hope also you guys, you get a drink. And where should I put my beer for a while to sit there? Okay, I think it's sitting good down there. So guys, cheers. JFix, which PTZ camera you have? You have the OBS Bost. Lots of cables here around. I have my dandy good guys over here that has the battery charged. Look, the battery sit over there nicely. It's a really good. Cheers, Uber. Cheers. Cheers, cheers. Yeah, you have OBSBot, I know, but OBSBot, I don't think so. Is a PTZ camera. PTZ camera is more for the conference ones. So I need to make a bit of space up there. Put my beer up there. So guys, let's open this one to see what's inside. To see the state, visual inspection. Always when I got something like second hand or Wait a second, because my computer want to restart, so I needed to do a pending restart. What's going on here? Did some updates and wants to restart to do the update. Oh no. Oh, I penned it for tomorrow. So what I was saying, so always when I buy second-hand things or spares or repairs or parts, always I like to open them first to see inside if it's everything alright. Any component that you can see it is blown or something. Yeah, this one should have also a remote control, but didn't come with a remote. Yeah, my Logitech has a remote like this one, so I can set up different scenes, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 scenes, and the camera is moving by itself on the point where I memorized. Then I have optical zoom here and here. Then I can control speakers, microphone. I can make also video calls and close the call. By the way, Godzi, what is fixing? Not everybody is with Godzi. And here we go. That's how it looks inside. That's how it looks inside this camera. So I think this is digital to analog converter. This one definitely is the amplifier for speakers. You can see here it says left speaker and here it says right speaker. Here another connector that is nothing connected on. Sorry for reflection. Let's bring the camera to show you better, the microscope to show you better. Show better what we have over here. Okay, so let me switch on the microscope. Let me try to zoom. I like to focus. I think we have focus now. Let me give also these two buttons here to be better quality. So here we go. Here we have the power input jack. The barrel jack is there. Then we have a filter coil over there. You can see it's a coil down there. Then we have inverting polarity diode protection. Then we have the 0 ohm resistor, which acting as a fuse definitely. After that we have some filtering capacitors over there. And then we have the first power supply over here. This one I believe is an LDO, small LDO voltage regulator over there. We have the first coil. Then we have another small power supply with another coil over there. Then we have SOP 8, this one. Maybe it's an op-amp, who knows. If you see there, we have also USB boot, whatever is doing the USB boot. Here we have maybe this one also is a power supply. Yeah, there is that is a coil. No, that's capacitor. So there is any L around there. It's capacitor, but the color looks more for a coil. I don't know. Then we have the PCM over here, which I believe is microphone. And another two buttons over there. This is Bluetooth pair button. bunch of transistors, I think voltage regulator, Zener diode over there, is a jack connector over here, USB-C connector, this one. Then as I say, I think this is the digital to analog converter. This is the module with the heatsink for the camera module. This one is the camera module. Because this is the ribbon cable that go to the optical sensor. Here should be an antenna. This is rip it off. I think it's the Wi-Fi or Bluetooth antenna, but it's ripped off. You can see there is ripped off. Oh, some connectors that goes to the another. I think those connectors they go all to the optical here. And then we coming along here. Ah, this is a debug. So from here, if it's something wrong, you can debug the guy like UART, huh? Right? Oh, guys, I think that is the debug. Like you can do UART, and the computer can tell you if it's something wrong with it, right? Is that correct, guys? Yeah, Uber. This one, like, let me show you like how looks if you buy a new one. It's a very expensive, by the way. Anyway, so let me go to the internet to show you this. How looks if you want to buy one. Okay, so not the manual. Like if you want to buy one, have a look how much costing. So it should look like this one. Should look like this one, and it's costing 427 pounds, only this one. But then there is a lots of other gadgets that you can connect to it, and the price goes more up, like this one, 1000 something. So should be like that in the full condition. And here is more gadgets together, like you have the tablet, you have also that PC separately that you pay more, because I think they have also special software that they are selling, also software for it, like a meeting room software. So yeah, looks like this one. So these are the output coils for the speakers. So you can see here left speaker. See the connection goes straight away to the coils over here. Same like this one. And the other wire, I think, running from the other side of the PCB board and come to this connector over here. Because this is a classic Class D amplifier. That's why always they have output coils, class A or class AB. They might can have decoupling capacitor on the output, or the ones that are powering differential with the positive ground and negative. They have they are coupled directly to the speaker. There is some see, there is a bulb of solder on that capacitor. It's not very proper clean, ultrasonic clean. Let me get my tweezers, because it's still there. I can see it's still there, the solder blob. Yeah, 4K. That's why I'm looking to God, but I don't have budget to buy a new one because I need to pay the rent of the house. I need to pay the food. I need to pay lots of things. Let's see if I can work without looking through the objective. It's quite hard, man. I don't know how you can do work on the camera. I can't control my hands. I don't know when I'm touching the board. I don't know. Through this one, it's much easy to control the hand. Look. I don't know, you guys, how you can work only with looking on the screen and working under the microscope. I try it. I never manage. Hey, Laptop Fix, how are you? So, Practical Laptop Fix, I'm fixing a 4K camera, which I got it from eBay with £10. Because I would like to upgrade my overhead camera, which is doing only 1080p. And if you are here, Laptop Fix, I hope you have also a beer as well. Cheers. Cheers, Laptop Fix. Alright, so I'm gonna say let's start to do some measurements to see if anything is short. So I'm in a continuity mode with my multimeter. So let's put the red on the ground and pick and see a little bit these power supplies. So that should be ground. This should be okay. So 769 ohms. Let's check another capacitor. This one is good too. Let's see this capacitor. This one is good too. Let's see the other power supply, which is this one over here. This one looking good too. Oh, I never tested, but I like first to measure if there is any shorts, because it's a camera and has a USB. If it's something shorted on the USB and I connect it to my computer, I'm gonna blow up the USB controller on my computer. So that's why I say also in the beginning when I start to open it that always when I buy faulty devices or second-hand devices, first things what I'm doing, I'm open them to look inside to make sure is everything okay. Cheers, Laptop, cheers. Yeah, JFix, like that one what I'm doing. I'm not putting on power all the time. I'm always measuring stuff when I buy second hands. Because you don't know what can be wrong, and you blow. Zola Bud, evening. And cheers with a beer. If you have a beer too, cheers. It is power from USB. No, has a separate power supply, 12 volts and 5 amps. And then USB C to connect to the computer. As I show you, look, here is the power jack barrel and is 12 volts, 5 amps from here. And here is the USB connector, where you are, this one, that goes to the computer. It's not powered from the USB. I show you from the beginning, so this means you didn't watch my video. I show you that power comes here, passing through a coil to filter any sparks. Then you have the diode for inverting polarity protection. And then I said that you have the 0 ohm resistor, which is acting as a fuse. And then goes to the first power supply, which is this one with the coil over here, and LDO power supply is this one definitely. Then it's going to a second power supply over here. And here is this definitely is digital to analog converter. This is what looks to me. Or the Bluetooth. So can be two things, or the Bluetooth or digital to analog converter. Because the Bluetooth button is here. I think is a Bluetooth chip, this one. So that's why I like to measure first all the time when I buy second-hand things. That's first thing what I'm doing. I measure them. So this is the ground, and I say I was here measuring the second power supply, which looks good. Also this one, almost 460 ohms. Let's see if around the USB if we have any short to these capacitors, because I don't want to blow my computer. So here we have some those one are coupling capacitor, definitely are not filtering capacitor. I don't see any filtering capacitor here. Maybe this one big over here. No, it's not tied to ground, so those one are bypassing capacitors, are not filtering capacitors, definitely, because they are not tied to ground. This one is ground. This one is good. That's not a this one is a filter capacitor. It's looking good. Well, let's see in the on the input here. Fuck. Dead. No. We have a short straight away on the power input, man. So it's like 0.4 ohms, because my leads are really precise ones. See, it's like 0.23 ohms. The short on the DC jack. What the heck? So what can be wrong over here? Yeah, look, these cups are shorted. 4 cups shorted. Fuse shorted. Diode shorted. Coil shorted. This is center pin positive. Alright, so we have a big short over here, exactly on the main entrance. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna see how many amps is drawing. Let me turn on my power supply, set up to 1 amp. Set up to 1 amp and 12 volts, because the power supply, as I say, it says here 12 volts and 5 amps. So this means the resistance of the load can go down up to 2.5 ohms. Hello, how I'm gonna spell your name? GHT, or how gonna spell your name? So yeah, if it's 5 volts, 12 volts, 5 amps, the resistance against this one should be 2.5 ohms, but it's only 0.3 ohms. No, that coil is okay. This coil is okay. Have a look. 500 ohms. The short is properly on the front of the power supply, the first power supply here. Look. So this one is the input for the chip, and then this one are the output of the chip. So up to the chip it's okay. So can be shorted. This, or this. So there are the components that can be shorted. So what do you think? Put your bets. A capacitor? We are lucky to have a bad capacitor. Huh? What can be? What do you think? As I say, this area is something in short. So I'm gonna tell you, I have the filter coil. This is not a power supply coil, it's a filter coil. Then I have a diode, which, as I say, it's offering like the protection for inverting polarity. Fuse, capacitors. So what do you think is shorted? So Laptop Fix says that is the diode. Like any other inputs, what can be short? Because we're gonna test it with my device, with my invention. There, let's first to put 12 volts and 1 amp on it to see how many current is taking. So I'm gonna turn on now the power supply. So pay attention to the current. Alright, so it's taking 1 amp and the voltage dropped to 1 volt almost. To inspect the pin? No, I didn't look. Thank you that you tell me. Oh, to me looking clean and nice. Looking clean and nice to me. So the jack is okay. The inputs, as I say, we have this component. So one of this one is blown. So I have an input filter coil. So it's filtering this coil for any spark or some these impurities on the DC voltage. Then we have inverting polarity protection diode. Then we have fuse. Then we have 4 capacitors. So which one do you think is blown here? It's shorted. I don't know how to pronounce. There is someone there on chat. CHT, something like that. He say hello, so I say hi. Huh? No inputs. Okay, so let's get to my device, and with the thermal camera to see what is getting hot on this motherboard. Sorry, I touched my camera. It's bouncing around. Okay, let's get ready the camera because it's time for camera show. So Zolabud say that is the fuse. Zolabud, the fuse, it's impossible to be shorted. The fuse is getting open in case of my burnout. So the fuse never will gonna be a short. Right, so let me get the cables. So I have ground over there, positive over there, and let's show you the magic of my device. Okay, I'm gonna show you the magic of my device. So let me set up my bench power supply to 1 volt only and 5 amps. So let's get here 5 amps, 5 amps, and let's get only 1 volt. Let's turn on the bench power supply. So we can see the bench power supply is on 1 volt. Let me turn on my device. Let me increase the timings over here. Let's start the cycle. Alright, so let's see what is pulsing in this corner over here. Let's see what is pulsing in that corner over here. We'll need to look for something that pulsing. So let me see what that is. The nothing is pulsing because it's not put the power in. So now should pulse something there. Oh, look at that, how nice is pulsing that guy. Look. Whoa. Oh. Nice. How nice is pulsing that guy. Look. Oh, very nice is pulsing, no? Oh, really nice pulsing there. Nice pulsing over there. Right? So, is this one that pulsing? Is this one what the laptop fix says that is shorted? This, the diode. Ah, so e moldovean dal nostro, ok. Cătălin. Bună seara, Cătălin. So, shall I turn again the pulsing? Shall I see again how is breathing? How is the heart beating in this one? Because it's nice, no? It's really nice. It's really nice how you can see with my device the short. Have a look. Ta. Ta. Yeah, again is pulsing. Again is pulsing. Huh? Broken heart, yeah, broken heart. Nice device, man. I like it. I like it, man. It's so useful, this one, man. I don't spend 3 days on designing for nothing. Because one day took me only to write the software for the microcontroller, because there is a microcontroller over there. So one day I spent only writing the software for it. Cat, hello. Okay. So yeah, when I designed this one, I spent 1 day to write the software for this microcontroller. The second day, I was testing on a breadboard with the microcontroller, hook it up to one MOSFET with wires, with flies wires around. And then on the third day, I start designing the PCB, and I look for this adapter, the battery charger over here, that charging the battery which is there. And then another, let's see, half day to put all the components together on this PCB. Radek, hello, how are you? Cheers. Here we're having also drinks. Okay, so we know that the protection diode is shorted, and did any knows can know the reason why that diode can short? I know the reason why can die, only the unique reason that diode can get shorted. But let's see if any one of you knows. Let's see. Hi guys, tell me. Did any one of you knows the reason why that diode can die? No, they plug at the wrong polarity. Only with the wrong polarity that diode can die. Because diode here is soldered opposite to the normal polarity. So as soon you put inverted the polarity, the diode start to conduct, so it's creating a short by itself, and he's holding the short until he's getting very hot, and he's shorting himself. Yeah, laptop fix, reverse power supply, yeah. Because in this position, if you put the normal power supply, this diode doesn't do nothing. It's not taking any power, it's not doing nothing. As soon you're inverting the polarity, that diode is getting the reverse bias voltage and activate and create a short. Yeah, it is a chunky diode. We're gonna go to remove it to see if the short is still there. So let's remove it, guys, to see if the short is there. Alright, so I think I will not use the hot air because I have these capacitors that they don't like heat. This is plastic and I don't want to melt it. The chassis of this device is plastic and I don't want to melt it, so I'm gonna try with the soldering iron, slowly from a side to heat up, and then heat up from the other side and lift it to the tweezers. By the way, how is the quality of my microscope? Is better, or I still need to find better things in order to make my microscope? Sorry guys, a second, because I need to bring my soldering iron on the table and I need to turn it on as well. Let me see, is the right one that I need to use. Let me put to 350 degrees. Let me get the tweezer, which they have dents that grip really well on the diode. And just remove the diode, this guy. See, I like these tweezers when I need to remove, because they have that dents and have a better grip on the component than the normal one, like these ones, like this shiny, like that. This shiny, they don't have too much grip. This one is very good for small components. What's wrong with my soldering? I think I need to clean a bit. See, this one doesn't do a better grip, but this one is special, that they have that dent over there, see, gripping better. You don't plan to power it with reverse polarity, you can leave it without the diode. Yeah, I can leave it without diode, because definitely I don't have a spare part right now, but definitely I'm gonna put a diode in. I'm gonna have a look which diode I need. If it's working and if it's worth to spend money, definitely I'm gonna get one. So let's desolder this guy over there. Oh my god, it's not coming off. Right, that. See, I say to don't melt the case, and I already melted over here. See, I melted already. I touched it a bit there. And my solder iron was lots of solder on. Now I need to remove that solder over there. Come on. Flux. I just need the flux. Wait a second, guys, because my flux is up there. And if I remove my microphone, let me go also to have a quick check on my little boy. little boy is not sleeping yet. He's still playing with his tablet. Let me get the flux. I have my box with flux. I need always to keep it very high, because if my little boy is touching it, he might put in his mouth and it's not good. Let me put a bit of flux to take that. But that one I can take it already. Yeah. A diet. Anyway. So how looks there? I can clean there with a bit of alcohol. Yeah, let me just turn all this one over to lift off to the other side. And our diode is out. Let me just give a little clean with a little flux. Still clean to those parts to look more nicer. And a little alcohol and clean. Let me find one of this one over here. And to clean a bit there around. It should work now. Should be alright now, right? Huh? What do you think? Should be okay now? Okay, laptop fix, bye bye. Right, let's put in my overhead. So we remove the diode. Now let's have a look if the short is still there or the short is gone. So this is the ground, and now we have 776 ohms to the positive, so the short disappear. The short disappear. Let me have a look on the chat a bit, because I went to see my little boy that is still not sleeping yet. And yeah, it was a chunky diode. Have a look. A very big one. It's a very big one. I might need to look the data sheet to see which diode is and to get one. But should work also without that diode. So now let me put my cables over here. So that's positive, that's negative. Let's set up my power supply now to 5 amps and 12 volts, because that's what it says that this camera needs. So 12 volts, 5 amps. Let's turn on. Actually it's on already. Actually is on my power bank supply. Let's connect the the power over here and see what's happening with the current. So look like the current is moving. Looks like we have also LEDs moving around over here. Do you think it's working? Huh? Do you think it's working this time? It was an easy fix. Easy pizza. Oh, looks like now it's solid there, a light. Doesn't bouncing around. It's just a solid light there in the middle. So let me prepare everything on my OBS to create a new scene and to connect this one to USB to see if it's working or no. To see if it's pick up any image. Right, so give me 2 seconds, guys, to set up everything in OBS and connect this one to create a new scene over here. So I need to create a new scene. Right, I need to connect the USB to see if I can find this camera on the USB. Looks like it's drawing now like almost 20 amps. I really don't know if it should be correct or no. Try to wipe a bit there. At least if it's working, to have a clear image over there. So where is the USB here? Ah, it's there. So USB is in. Let's see if my computer is picking up. I'm gonna try to connect now. And have a look. We have picture. We have picture. We have picture, very wide picture, by the way. It's really wide picture. From this distance I can see already almost all my working bench. What's the quality? Is better than the one that I am using. Let me try to bring it also here on my overhead camera. Polycam. Alright, where is the Polycam? Why we cannot have the picture of Polycam? Alright. Let me delete this one. Let me try to add Polycam over here. So where is the Polycam? I can't see it. Okay, cancel over here because I need to check here. Yeah, because I don't name it, so it's video capture device. So let me bring also here on overhead that one. I didn't name it. So why doesn't let me? So I'm in overhead. I want to bring also here capture device, add existing, and should be this one. All right. So I think I need to do a bit of comparison between this, and if I point this one to my, what's the quality? The quality is better, this one. Only that I need to I know how to do it in order to bring the view of angle different. I think I need to get to the camera and move the lens to bring it more up or down in order to change the angle view definitely. But looks like it's working. Let's see if it's doing 4K. So how can I share my my screen to check together if it's a 4K or no, because you can check on that settings, but really I don't know how to bring the let me try to bring here the display capture. I think I need to add one of this one over here. Select display, monitor. Only that is very big. I need to make it smaller. Sorry guys, bit I'm trying to set up to show you if it's 4K or no. So it's not that one, it's this one that I want to make. Alright, so I think now we are good. And if I go here and I go to the properties and I go to configure video, no, configure video is to control the camera, sorry. So controlling the camera we don't need. I need to check there in the here in custom, right? Oh, don't tell me it's fuck. So it's not 4K. What's going on here? There in the manual was saying that it's 4K, man. Looks like maximum resolution that can do is 1080p. Fuck. So it's not 4K camera, this one. So they are lying on the PDF manual. What they are doing, this Polycam? They are lying. They are lying. It's not a 4K camera, man. It's not a 4K camera, man. No, I am in a USB 3. I am in USB 3. Is the blue USB on the computer. And then here is USB-C. So a USB-C cable, it's minimum USB 3. Then USB-C to USB-C is 3.2, I believe. On the computer I connected to a USB 3 with the blue connector, like this one. See? They are blue. I connected to blue connector, so you are USB 3 the blue ones. It's the same like the front one. The front one is going to do 4K. And is in the same because I have on my computer I bought a PCI, I think a PCI 4 with I think 10 USB 3 ports, and on that one I connect my front camera. On that one I connected also the overhead camera. So it's definitely USB 3. Definitely is a USB 3. Let's go a bit on the internet over there. Have a look what's saying about this one on the manual. Because it say here, note, Poly Studio support 4K video, but the functionality depends on the software client and monitor you use. For example, if you use a USB 3 cable, definitely is a USB 3 cable, and I have Windows 11, I have also the camera app because I downloaded it before, you can get 4K preview. When you use a USB 2 cable, the 2K or 4K video resolution requires H.264 support. You can download and install the UVC 1.5 driver from the Poly Online Support Center. To enable H.264 streaming, configuring Poly Studio using Polycom Companion on page 16. Let's go to page 16 to see what is telling me there on page 16. Page 11, page 14, page 16, configuring Poly Studio using Polycom Companion. Initial the Poly Studio devices in the setup wizard. View Poly Studio information, updating the Poly Studio firmware. Poly Studio setting. I might think I need to read this manual more and try to do something. What it says there about a driver, so let's see if we can find that driver. So it says to download the 1.5 driver from, so click on here. So if I click here, software and drivers, is a Poly. So here I need to check the model, so it's Poly Studio P009. So this is this one. There is no software or drivers available for your product. So what? There it says that I can download a driver, 1.5 driver, and here is saying that there is no drivers. I can't understand anymore. What's going on over here? What's going on, guys? Because I can't understand nothing. Try HDMI output to monitor, but doesn't have the HDMI output. What's the problem? Let me switch it off. Let me switch off this camera. So overhead over here. This one we can take out from here. Let's switch off the power supply. Let's disconnect. That's the problem. I don't have the HDMI output, this one. So here I have power supply only, and the other side I have this connector over here, looks like Ethernet connector port, I have a jack connector, I think maybe for external microphones, and the USB-C. That's it. There is no other connector in this one. One second to see my little boy. Sorry guys, I checked my little boy because he's still not sleeping. He have his tablet and keep playing with his tablet in the bedroom. Yeah, JFix, we don't have the HDMI output. I need to think to see with the let me show you the software a bit. Let me show you the software a bit. So if I open the Polycom Studio, right, I'm gonna power on again this camera, connect to USB to show you a bit on the software. If from there we can do anything from the software, I don't know. Let me turn on, so let's turn on this one. Let me go to the software. Let me bring it on the screen, the software. So I need to deactivate from here, because if it's connected, there, will not connect to the software. So let me see the software here. Okay, so let me bring the software over here. So window capture, I think I need to do window capture 2, and I'm gonna want to connect to this one. Yeah, this one is alright. So this one is our software, which it says there that I should download, because I downloaded before. Once I read first time the manual to make sure it's a 4K before paying £10 on it. So you can see it says that it's connected, and if I go to settings, say on admin, but I don't know which password to use over here. Log in with device password. I don't know the device password. I really don't know the device password. I move the USB. I move the power supply. No, the power supply. Now it's booting again. So yeah, I move a bit the power supply, so that's why I was off. Sorry guys. So it doesn't say nothing about which password you need to use there. But give you a second to connect again, because I moved the power supply, the barrel jack come out. Poly 12 or Polycon 12. Alright, so let's go back to settings, and you say that one can be the password. Let's try with that password. Let me see what is the password over there. So you say it's poly 1 2 hash and dollar, but I all gonna make the dollar with it, huh? Hash and dollar. Let's have a look. Hash and dollar. Login. No, the password is not valid. Let's try Polycom. You say to put also Polycom. Polycom. What do you mean 1, 2, 3, 4? Polycom 1, 2, 3, 4. Login. Is not this one. Poly is not this one. Polycom 1, 2 hash dollar login. No. So this is a default password, is a previous user not changed, and colon. You miss colon. Which colon I miss? Which one I don't try it, man? Ah, now I get you. Yeah. Let's try again. I get you. P-O-L-I. I got you. I forget one thingy. 1, 2 hash dollar and this one, yeah. Login. No. Maybe it's P lowercase. Let's try Polycom. Login. No. Password 99. We can try also password 99. Let's have a look. Password 99. No. Let's try 1, 2, 3, 4. A simple password. 0, 0, 0, 0. God knows. God knows. In general, participant count, anti-flicker, reset device. I don't think so, that one resetting the password. Last 6 digits of a serial number. This 6 digits of a serial number. That barrel jack is not the proper one that is there, because I couldn't find the right one. It's just one, and if I move it, I'm afraid that again we're gonna reset the camera. What can be here? I have only serial number over there. Let's try 220EF9. Let's try 220 EF9. No. Maybe let's try with the full serial number. Let's try. What I have there? 821 9034 C 220 EF9. Let's try with the full serial number. No. That's the problem, because if I go in the control, if I can do a preview over here, but here doesn't tell me nothing about the resolution. How am I gonna know which resolution? Here let me, I think, to make some zoom. Yeah, see, let me to do some zoom if I want. See, zoom in. Then let me move the camera, see? Move the camera. Left, right. Tilt pan. Tilt pan doesn't let me. Only up and down. It let me to take a snap photo. It let me to make a bit bigger. And if I go down here, I can adjust brightness, contrast, sharpness, white balance, flip the mirror image in the mirror, gain, exposure, tracking modes, and I say that this one can do tracking like group framing, speaker framing, people framing, conversation or presenter, so he can do it to go by itself, to point the camera in different persons. But here, where I can see which resolution I am, there is no any information that give me that one on this software. Yeah, in OBS we already saw it, that can go only up to 1080p. Oh, look, now even the zoom it stays on that zoom, blocked like that. Even the zoom they want to control, because I come to the no zoom at all, and it's not going out from there. Save as a new favorite. Whoa. So here it says the software is up to date, so should be the last software inside. What is doing that settings over there? Account general, polylens on startup, smartphone, Agent USB, you have AE supported software. Look, zoom USB, notification device alert, device changing, device alert, low battery, device software update, language, and about. That's all what you can get from here. Yeah, you maybe you missed that part, James, when I tried on OBS. So let me go back to the OBS to show you. So let me get this one rid of it. Delete this one. No, Windows Capture. Yeah, Windows Capture I don't need. Delete. Video capture device. I think first I need to go here and do activate. Why? I think I need to unplug and plug it back. And now activate. It's Polycom over there. See? Doesn't want to see it. Why? Because it's not booting yet. Sorry for the black screen. Only I was trying to connect this camera back, so I'm connecting now, but it's booting now. So let's finish the boot. Now it's booted. Let me see if I can get it. Yeah, it's there. So here is the camera what is capturing. And see if I do this one, look here, because I'm going to do the properties, and I go here to the custom. See, I do default, and then if I go to custom, that's the maximum resolution that can do this. 1080p doesn't go more up, so I can go down in lower resolutions, but the maximum is this 1080p. 1080p is the maximum resolution that I can do. There is a paperclip reset. Yeah, this one is, you mean this one? But this one only close and do like that. Yeah, it's the model number is for P009. Look, it's here. Let me put overhead. Overhead. Okay, let me close here these ones. Let me close this one over here. And look here, it's P009 model. Maybe it's upside down, but no. See, model P009. Is that the model? P009. It's USB, not capture card. Because it doesn't have output HDMI to pass it to the capture card. I think they are cheating people. I think they know it's not a 4K. That's why it says there on the manual. You read there in the manual. So let me go to the manual. Say on the manual what it's saying here. Where is the manual? Oh, I need to go back. In the manual say clear 4K depend of the software client. What does mean the software client? Look, Polyio Studio supports 4K video, but the functionality depends on the software client. What does mean software client? Software client and monitor. What has to say software client and monitor? If this one doesn't have a HDMI output to connect straight away to monitor, I think they are cheating, man. Well, I'm gonna do more research online about this one. I'm gonna have a look if there is any video on YouTube that show that is a 4K or no, when I get a chance. And we're gonna see if we can do something in the future. Or otherwise, I'm gonna look for a different one. But same, I want a 4K. Maybe I can find some parts or repair. Spares or repair that I can get it cheap and try to fix it myself. if I cannot figure out this one to make it in 4K, because if it's just 1080p, definitely I'm gonna stay with what I have. I have optical zoom. Does the camera capture card support 4K? Yeah, the capture card which I have is supporting 4K and is also putting out on the USB, on the USB, is straight away the PCI Express. It's on the computer, install it straight away in the computer. That one is doing 4K. I tested with my laptop. I put the laptop on it, and the laptop on the HDMI output can do 4K if it's detecting a monitor in 4K or a capture card that support 4K. Uber Micro password repair. Password 99 Uber was not working. Was not working, that password. I'm gonna see. Let's have some more beer, guys. I am happy, but at least I fix it. At least we fix it. No? It's USB, not capture card. Yeah, it's in USB now, connected to the computer, because this, see, doesn't have any. So what has power supply on this side, and there is no more other connections. You can see if it was a HDMI output, I'm gonna understand. And all the other ports are in this side. So we have an internet port over there, this one, microphone port, and the USB-C. And as I say, I'm using on the computer connected to USB 3. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do these things on my own, and might come with an update about this one. Hello Cartour, I'm gonna say also cheers. I still have one glass of beer. You join me almost when I finish everything, because I bought this one £10 on eBay. Polycom Studio P009, which in website, in manual PDF, they claim that is a 4K. It had a diode, if you see there, it was a diode shorted, which I remove it and is working now. But I can't get 4K resolution from it. It's only 1080p. Deria Demir, good evening. So I fixed it, it's working. And you was not here when you missed the show of this one. You can ask JFix and the other guys that they were here how nice this device find the short very easy. Huh? JFix, what do you think? Is a good device to find the shorts? Hey Martin. Huh? What do you think? Is a good device for finding shorts? I still have something that I need to look for it because same I got it for a friend that is working in cache generator, but I don't have controller, and without controller I can't do nothing to this one, because how I'm gonna know if it's working or not? So I have this PlayStation that I need to look at it to see what's going on. And I say I have a friend that is working in cache generator, and they wanted to throw it away because I don't know, definitely something wrong, because if it was a good device they will not throw it away. And he texts me, say, look, I have some devices to throw away, can you come to pick them up if you like them? So I went there to take them, and then the second device was a 360. Let me get the PCB board, because that one I dismantled it. I dismantled it because had all the bulgy capacitors, look, all of them. So this one even doesn't have a HDMI output, has this port for the output, and I say, what's the point to try to fix it if it even the HDMI output doesn't have. I think it's the very first version of the Xbox 360s. So I take the board out and I want to do some practice. So I already did the reballing on one of the memory chips and comes perfect. I want to try to do on this one a reballing also in this one, but I need to order some special how is called those ones, stencil for this chip. It's a no power issue, don't need a controller. The problem is if it's not I'm not sure if it's because I told you I power it on and it's displaying something, but to go further to understand is ask me to move something with the controller, and I don't have a controller to check. It's turning on and it's displaying something, but I can't do nothing because it's asking me for a controller. Look, if I find my, let me try to find the power supply to connect to my capture card. Yeah, it's a normal power supply. Let me find a HDMI cable just to show you what it's doing, because further away I need a controller, and I don't have any controller, and I am not going to spend money now for controllers because I'm not a gamer. If I can find it a free one around. Let me find a HDMI cable. So HDMI cable, I already find it, if I can get it out from this box. Yeah, we have a HDMI cable over here. So where is the output? HDMI out, this one. So that's the HDMI output. I'm going to plug to my capture card, which is not the one connected to the inside the computer, because on that one for now I'm using the microscope. I have another capture card, a USB capture card over here that do only 1080p. Where it is? I think I don't set it yet. Let me have a look if it's here. Give me a second, guy, because I think I need to set it, because I don't find it here. Yeah, it's not yet here. I need to add it now. Alright, let me add it quick and get the power supply on this one and show you what is doing this PlayStation. Let me call video input. Let me call video input. It will gonna be a black screen for a second. Sorry guys, I'm setting up here. Video capture device. Create a new one. Input. Alright. Let's select my USB 3 video. Right, so it's all set. Let me find now a power cable. 1 second, because I believe I have same in this box. Let me now move it back to camera, because I already set up over there. So I have a box of shit over here. Let me see if I can find that power cable in here. Yeah, lots of stuff, guys, lots of stuff. Let's Here the power supply, power cable. Is that a power cable? No. Oh, so it's not in that box. So in which box can be a power cable? Oh, maybe here. Let me just find. Alright. Here I find one. I hope that is not the bad one, because I had also one bad that I think the fuse was blow it, so I think it's not that one, because here I have two cables. So one of this one is good, one of this one is bad, so good that I find both of them. So let's find out which one is the good one, which one is the bad one. Right, let me put in overhead. Let's try to power with this cable, because I think this one is the good one. Right, so HDMI is connected. Carter, I think you need the PlayStation controller. If I say like press the PS button on something like that. Yeah, asking the controller to connect the controller to it. But I don't have controllers, and I say I'm not a gamer. I'm not going to buy controllers now. So let's see if it's powering on, this guy. Yeah, so I can hear it's powering on. I can see the lights over there. Let's see now if it's capturing anything. So where is the new video input? See, it's working, but you're gonna see it's going to one picture when it will gonna ask me. See, now it's asked me to connect a controller, but I don't have controllers. See, it's going here, but to go further away to see, I think there is also a disc inside. Yeah, I have also a disc. Let me put an overhead. I have also a disc. They give me like that with the disc inside. It's an NHL 08 disc. I say, here I need a controller to go further. I don't know why they was throwing it, because I say I have a guy there that he told me. I have a friend working in that cash generator shop. All the time when they have something to throw, he's texting me and say, look, I have something to throw. Do you want to see them if you want them? Unit controller just had the same thing on the PS4. Tried with keyboard but couldn't. Yeah, so that's why I need a controller, and I say I'm not going to buy one because I'm not a gamer. Maybe there is no fault. Maybe there is fault. Maybe let's see that maybe the CD is not reading, the disc is not reading, or maybe there is other faults. But to go further to understand other faults without a controller, you can't do it, because he's telling you now connect the USB, press the button. So that's why I didn't touch it yet, this one, like the Xbox 360, because the Xbox 360 it was powering on but was not displaying nothing, and when I open and I see all the capacitor on the PCB board bulgy, I say even doesn't have a HDMI output. I say what was the point on try to fix it if I don't have even a HDMI port on it. I think it's the very first version of 360. Well, let's switch off this Sony. Oh, switching off. I hope so. Yeah, it's off now. Let me put it down there. If I will not touch it yet, like taking apart or something, I will gonna keep hoping that maybe I will gonna find a controller. Maybe someone will gonna donate me a controller. So I'm gonna keep it down there, gathering dust until I'm gonna get to it. And then we're gonna see if I might catch a controller. I'm gonna make a video about it, or maybe I'm gonna stream online again. Also, I'm looking on eBay to catch some laptops from spares and repairs. Yeah, but I don't have too much high budget for it, so I was looking for things that I can get them really cheap and just for the sake of try to fix them. Right, so my cable put box back in the boxes. So this is the good one, and I know this is the bad one. Has the fuse blown. I don't know why. The fuse is blown because I powered something without open it and check first to see if there is something in short. And guess what? It was probably the mains transformer shorted. And when I plug the cable, blow the fuse on the cable. Now we know that this device it's fantastic. So JFix, I'm gonna send you one. How you like it? You want to put it to assemble by yourself, or you want to send you a complete kit like that? You just ready to use? Huh? James, how you want it? You want to make a video assembling one kit like that, or you want a full assembly kit just ready to use? Because I promise you that I give you one. So now I received the connectors, so I can prepare a kit. It's very nice. I can assemble it to make a video. Okay, Zolbud, I want one. Okay, so Zolabud, just send me an email. You're gonna find on the main information about my channel. Send me an email on private. We're gonna talk there how to arrange one, because the maximum that I can have now, give me 1 second guys to check on my little boy. Still not sleeping, this boy, man. Right, so what I have so far, I'm gonna show you right now. The maximum that I can do right now, because to make more I might need to reorder some PCBs. Let me put back my microphone. So for now I have one kit here ready. I have a kit ready here, that I make it ready with all the parts that are there inside, all the parts, all the components that goes to be soldered on the PCB. A blank PCB is inside there. So this one I might send you, James, because you are a member of my channel and deserve some extra perks. So you're gonna receive this one. I'm gonna ship it and you're gonna assemble it by yourself, and I can make available one. There I have a PCB. Just need to gather all the parts. The microcontroller I have is one box. Still it's in some box up there. Charger controller I have. What I was missing these ones, which I received them the other day, so I have plenty now of them. So they're gonna go these ones, and I can make available, apart the one that I'm gonna send to James, I can make available another 3 units. 1, 2, 3. See, 1, 2, 3. For more, I need to reorder some PCBs. Carter, I can show you what he's doing. You want to see? Yeah, we are here. I can show you what he's doing that one. Let me show you what he's doing that one. And I will gonna test it on that component which I find it here shorted, okay? So give me a second to prepare everything to show you, Carter. How good is my device? Right? So let me put this one here. And let me show you, Carter, how good is my device. And we're gonna try with the shorter diode, okay? Give me a second to set up everything. Right, so what I need a kind of dish that I can just solder there this diode a little bit. So let's try to solder the diode over there a little bit. Solder a little flux. Let me see how many pins it's getting. Or maybe I can, no, let me solder in some. So this row and this row. Okay, so let's go with this row over here. Let's go with that row over there. Where I put my tweezers, I put them back. I was about to clear around the table. Okay, so give me just 2 minutes to put everything in place over there. Which ones I use? These ones. So let's put a bit of solder over there. Right. A little bit more. Let's get the guy over there. Die. Move just a bit in that row, yes. Okay, let's also try to solder also this part. Right. Let me go find 2 pieces of wires around here. So 2 pieces of wire. So we get a piece over here, another piece over there. What the heck? 2 pieces of wire there. Let me get my clippers over here. Let me show you, Carter, my device, what is doing. Quick thinning these wires, and we put one here because we know this is shorted, right? This diode. So you will see what is doing with shorted component my device. And then to see in real life, you might go to rewatch the stream to see when was on the PCB, because now what you can see is a simulation. So we have it soldered there. Let's see how many reflection we get over here. Right, let's see how many reflection we see over there. Yeah, Dara, just send me, you find an email on my main, if you go on my main page, that is heat from the soldering, so the mat is still hot. See, my mat is still hot from the soldering, and the PCB doesn't give me reflection, so that will not help too much. So I might need to find some components that do reflection, but maybe I can put tweezers around that reflect. Let me find something that I can put it around it that they can reflect. It's still hot, man. Still hot. Let's wait a second to get cool. And let's find me something that I can put next to it that it can create a reflection, like when you see lots of reflection on the boards, right? So what I can have, some screws. Yeah, some screws. Some screws can create reflections. Screws. Some shiny screws. From this bag, yeah, I have lots of shiny screws over here. Right. Yeah, I have here stencils and a kit for rebolling. Right, let's put some screws around there. Maybe create reflections. Right. Maybe another screw down there. Let's see if we get reflections. So what is the... Some points is getting there, but I don't know what are those red points over there. Still the mat. What? The mat is giving me those reflections. That's crazy, no? Crazy to get all that reflection from my soldering mat. What's going on? It's already cold. Anyway, we can see something there, a reflection. The screw, right? See? The screw is giving you already reflections. We have also the mat that help us with that reflection. You see that here is hot, right? That's good. So let me now to connect this device, my device, to it, and we're gonna see what it's doing. Right. So let me open these wires over here. This and this. Right. Let's connect the power supply to my device. One, that's negative, positive input from the power supply, okay? We're gonna set up our power supply 1 volt and 5 amps. So here we go. We go there, 1 volt, 5 amps. We turn on the power supply. Right, you can see the power supply is on. Check down here under me. Let me get the crocodile cables. So crocodile cables are these guys, 2 guys. Right. Right. Crocodile cables over here. And we have positive on the output of my device. We have negative on the output of my device. We turn on my device, which is powered by a battery, just to let you know. There is a battery over there. So the device is self-powered. And then we increase the timing. So you can see there is a LED that shows you that we are pulsing the button. So we are increasing, and this one increasing the time on, increase time off, decrease time on, and decrease time off. Here you have start cycle and stop cycle, okay? So now we are connecting here these crocodiles, one here, one here, and we are injecting 1 volts and 5 amps to this diode, which we know already that is shorted because we found it there on the PCB on the camera. But then we inspect here, and when we inspect we saw lots of red shiny things like that one, see? So we can say that something is already hot there, but there is no power yet that coming on this device. So let me just such a way that we can have more shiny things, reflection around there. Let me see if we can get more reflection. Maybe I have another tool that do more reflection. Let me put also this tool around here. So you can see we have a lot of reflections over there. Like we have also a very tiny dot spot over there, red, that you might think, oh my god, there was something red over there, what's going on? Okay, Carter, are you ready? Swindom, how are you? Ace, how are you? You joined it. So are you ready there? So now we turn on my device, okay? And look how it's pulsing. And then you can control this one. Let me make it cooling down. Let me cooling down, because the pulses, they were too long, the on. Let me stop it. Stop the cycle. Let's cooling down the diode. And when you have a lot of reflection, when I have the on period very short and the long period, and bear in mind this one is getting hot now very fast because the PCB is a thin PCB. It's not like the motherboard of that one that are multi-layer PCB. This one is just a prep board. So now it's cooled down, right? And we have a lots of shiny spots around that you say that, oh my god, maybe something is short there. So let's turn on. And just you look when it's pulsing. So it's too short. We're increasing a bit, because you need to adapt the pulse in base of the PCB thickness. And see, it's pulsing something. See, now it's cooling down. Now it's pulsing. See, now it's cooling down again. So when you scan with my pulse injector, you just look for something that pulsing. Whatever red spot you see continuously there, you don't care. You just care for something that pulse. See? It's pulsing. But as I say, on the real life, if you go and rewatch my streaming, you're gonna find it on the real PCB, because the PCB is thick, is more thick, is needing more heat to heat up the shorted component on the PCB. And it's actually, you can ask James. James was there from the beginning, and he saw it, how nice we find the diode. We located the short, and it was a lots of shiny stuff around. Like I have, let me show you where was located. Where I put the camera? Oh, there. So see, the diode was located down here, and we had this spot shiny, this capacitor shinies, and I focus on this one. All right. So see, the diode was located there, here. So we had all this capacitor that was reflecting shiny back. The connector was reflecting shiny. And you're gonna see, if you rewatch the video, you're gonna see how nice this one was pulsing, like a heartbroken. Oh, and I say this one doesn't take any current from your bench power supply to get confused with the current that something is talking current, because look, see, now it's on, and you can check over here. I don't check over here. There is no any current taking, and this is on because it's self-powered by the battery. And it's very simple connection. You is not get confused, because also in the PCB die. See, you have already say negative output, positive output, and here you have negative input, positive input. So you not get confused how to connect this one. Has his own battery to power by itself on. See, now is on, now is off, and also here on the button, see, it's staying clear. You go up in on time, you go down in on time, you go up in off time, you go down on the off time, and then you start the cycle and stop the cycle. It's like, see, if you turn on, see, now it's in the very short period, both of them, and I'm increasing the off period. See, the off period is the green LED. See, I'm increasing the off period. See, now it's more off than on, and I can go like that. I can make it almost like, I believe I set up to, can go up to 60 seconds on maximum off period. See, and now if I want on period to be a bit longer, I just press on this one and I increase the on period. See, now the on period is longer, and I designed this one because there is lots of types of PCB, thickers, less thickers, and in order that to make the short component to pulse properly nicely, that you can identify it easy, you can easily adjust the periods. Give me a second, my little boy is calling me. Let me see what he wants. Yes, my love. Alright, sorry guys, my little boy was calling me. He wanted some water, so I give him a bottle of water. Okay, so who joined now? So we have Andy, which I say already hi to him. We have Chris F. Hi Chris. We have Carter, that I already say hi to him. We have Ace Console Repair. Hey, how are you? Dave Brandt. What I am looking at. So sorry, I'm not that guy that I'm putting titles on these ones. So first, I got this one £10 from eBay, spares and repairs, and we fix it. We find a diode shorted, and then we power on a PlayStation 3 that in order to go further I need controllers to see if there is any, because it's powering on, it's putting display, but I don't know if it's reading the disc, because I need a controller. So I'm not a gamer, I don't have controllers, so I keep it down under the desk until I'm gonna might find a controller, or someone donate me a controller in order that I can do a repair on that one if it's something wrong on that one. Then I was showing to the guys my invention, my device, how good it is, nice to find shorts, especially when you have a lots of shiny reflections on the camera, on the thermal camera, that you get confused, you don't know which one is properly the one that is shorted or no. And now what to say now? I'm gonna go to here and I'm gonna say cheers, guys. Let's have some beer. I think I feel a bit drunk, you know. Yeah, Andy is a nice guy. I asked him already about if he has a PS3 controller, but he said that he don't have. He said that he don't have a controller. So then I replicate the short component on a PCB over here and show again to the guys how my device is working. So now I need to take apart because I need this diode to see if I can find a spare diode like this one on AliExpress. So let me take from here the diode, put it up there, look online for one, and now what to say, I was putting back things because so far I don't have nothing else what to look to it, because the guy that he needed to bring me that amplifier, he said maybe Sunday is passing by and I'm gonna be able to have it for the next week, then for live stream. Because actually I was also looking on eBay some spares or repair laptops to get some, just to have a fun and try to fixing them. Because I'm not doing like Andy business on repairs or something like that, because I have a job, so I'm on that job. Anyway, my job is related also to electronics. I'm doing a lot of stuff over there, so I like my job. And I like also this because are interchangeable, you can put lots of things over here, different pins. Yeah, I really like these ones. See, I have also pointed one, very sharp one that I can probe there. I can put also this crocodile type on it. Things that I was saying to Andy, that he needs to get some of these things for his repairs. I told him also to get a Variac and a dim bulb, special when he's trying to fix this kind of speakers or whatever it was, like he was going far away when he was powering on. I'm afraid that we're gonna explode on his table. So the Variac, what is doing, has a knob and you can turn it down. It will gonna not put any voltage, and slowly you rotate the knob and it's blinking slowly the mains power on the device that we are testing. And if you say anything is getting smoke, some other Variacs, they come also with the ammeter that it will gonna tell you that the device is taking too much current and you can switch it easy off. Dim bulb also doing the same, so you have a plug with a dim bulb. Actually, I think James, he built one. James, he can show you how to build one. It's easy. So what the bulb does, if you plug something that is shorted, the bulb, it will gonna take the power instead to let the power goes to the device. And if the device is in the good condition, the bulb will gonna only take the inrush current and then it will gonna dim it back and let the power to go to the good device. So for your repairs, Andy, I suggest you look for one Variac and one dim bulb. You really need those ones. I saw your videos when you stream and you want to power on these devices like the speaker, the big speaker, when you wanted to try there on your garden or far away from the plug. You really need these things. So look, find, and I say, if you find a Variac that also has also a meter, it's more better, because like that you also can see it straight away from the mains AC voltage from the wall socket. How many amps is taking the device when you power it? Because with the Variac you can bring slowly, as I say, the power up. So now I'm putting things back to them place, like where I keep the cables and stuff like that. Because I say, for now, if I had a controller, I was going to carry on try to see what's going on with that PS3, but I don't have controller, so I can't do nothing. I might go to the chat to see what the people say. I'm tight ass. I don't like spending money, Lord. I know. Everything is expensive, man. Also me, I want things, but I can't spend money, because for my money, priority first is to pay the rent of my house, to bring food on the table for my family, for my wife and for my little boy. And then whatever is left over and I can manage to spend few £10 on some things, I might do. That's also my problem with things. Also me, I need to be a bit tight on my spendings, because I say my first priority is to have the first things: rent paid, bills paid, council tax paid, everything paid. And after you have everything paid, you check, and there is no more money in the bank account. That's what always happens. After you pay all the bills and everything, no more money in the bank account. That's my box with fluxes. I might need to try these Relives. I never try it, so I need to try these Relives. See how they working. Yeah, today was talking on the stream, Andy stream, and you remember Andy, I was talking about CIF flux. You try this one, you never go to another flux. Believe me, from all the box, I try once this one, man, is the best flux that I ever use it. Is the best flux I ever used, this one. It's coming from France. CIF is the company. Believe me, is the best flux I ever tried. For all this box, I say, I don't try yet this one from Relife. I need to test them a bit to see how they're working. This is a King Bow, which is good for desoldering, soldering components. I find very good on doing reballing, this one from YCS, because it's quite how to say, a bit of not too much sticky, and as soon you heat up, it's like cleaning by itself. This one from YCS. I test this one, the RMA 223 is normal flux, like daily use flux, and not that much special. I still need to see this one, how it's working, the AMOE. What this one is, this one is UV. This one is UV paste. I still have another flux that I need to try it. I don't try it yet. Is this one, KE150. Another one that I need to try it to see how it's working is this one, is OT558. So I say what I have. The real life I need to test them. I don't test them yet. So I cannot, this is solder paste. So solder paste. Yeah. So what I try already, as I say, I tried the RMA, which is good for like daily flux for all the components. RMA. This one are the UV, 2 colors UV. Then what I have, Kingbo, again is a daily flux. This is NC559 IMS. It's quite a good one. That one is still, this is Kingbo or is different one? This is solder paste. Another Relife that I need to test it. They say that it's made it for BGA. I wanted to understand this one, which one is. This one is not Amtech, but it's still the NC559. So I might need to do a comparison between the Amtech NC559 and a different company that do the same NC559. So I need to see if there is any difference in these two, because they are the same type. Already the color, you can see the color is different between them. You can see this is yellowishy, this one is quite whiting. But if you go there, both of them are NC559. See, NC559, and this one same, NC559. So I need to do a comparison between these two, because they are exactly the same but different company and different texture. I can see it. On this one you can see through. On this one you cannot see through. See, it's a bit different. Then I have another flux here, is model OT230 that I need to test it. It is the RMA, which I already know how it's working. This is solder paste. So yeah, I need to test these ones to see how they're working. But I say, until now, this one is perfect to do reballings. You know, when you spread a bit of flux on the chip before you put the balls. This YCS perfect, because I did a RAM chip on that board, the practice board that I have, and I use that one, and it's perfect. To solder the RAM chip back on the PCB, I use this one, and believe me, how do this one until all of those one that I use it until now, this one work it the best, but it's quite expensive, this one. Just if you want to go to check the C.I.F, you want to see this is quite expensive flux. So I'm gonna do a video testing these ones and see the comparison on between them and all those fluxes over there. Solder paste, flux, solder paste, syringes, pushers, toothbrush, cleaning. And then I have this one, again flux, Amtech there. Yeah, so there's my box with fluxes. So yeah, about that device, this one, I saw people was asking that they want, say, anyone, you find my email on my information about my YouTube channel, just drop me an email, because if I might need to send, I need to get an address where to send. James' address, I know it already, because we send back and forth lots of things between us. He sent me the laptops, I send them back after I fix them. He sent me the multimeter, I fix it, I send it back. So I say, I need. Have you got the NanoFlux? Yeah, NanoFlux I have, but I think I put it in different box. I have, yeah, I have. It's the big syringe longer, yeah, the blue one, I have it. You know, when I move all the stuff from the other room to this room, I put a lot of stuff in different boxes, so I didn't go yet through all of them. I still have one box down here. I still want to have box, big cardboard box that I need to get to open to take my stuff from it. I didn't get the chance to get through all of them because I told you, James, that I needed to get this big rug to put on the floor. My wife wanted this dining table, so I needed to order that dining table. I needed a new chair, which is this one, new chair. I ordered a new chair. Sent you email. Okay, after the stream, I'm gonna go through emails and I'm gonna reply to them, because I say I have one each kit ready to go. Just I need to print the label and it's gonna go to James, this one, and I can have now available another 3 because I receive all the bits and bobs that I need for it, so I can make another ready packs to go like that, 3. So that's why send me emails and we're gonna see how we can get in touch and sort out things. You remember on my mailbag video how it was looking, this rosin? Look now how nice come, like a new. And if you go to watch the video when I open it, when I receive it, the last mailbag video I did it was all destroyed, man. Look now, looks like new. Looks like new, this rosin. You're gonna send you an email. I've dropped it you an email. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go through all the emails when I will gonna finish the live stream. Yeah, I can see already here there is few notification. There is, yeah, short detector. Yeah, but I say I'm gonna go through the emails. I'm gonna go to the emails once I'm gonna finish my live stream. Okay, what I miss on here on the conversations? Am I looking and getting a resin printer? ATM. New toys tools are good, Andy. Dim bulb setter is good. Yeah, I told, because if Andy, you are running things like fixing as a business, how you say it, because I asked you why you are not making any more normal videos on YouTube. You say that you are focusing in your business and do the live on what you repair. A dim bulb is cheap and can help you a lot also, that one. You can do it by yourself. You can build, just buy a bulb of maybe 500 watts bulb or maybe 1000 watts bulb, but not LED bulb or something else. You need a bulb that has you know, the old type, how is call it, that one with the, how is call it, that old lamps, the bulbs. Yeah, old school bulbs. I don't know exactly how it's called, the filament or whatever is called, that one. And you say you need at least 500 watts one, but if you can find 1000 watts, that's perfect. And what you need to do is to put a switch in parallel with the bulb, one switch, on off switch. And when you have the switch on off, you let the current to pass series with the bulbs to another socket. And when you have the off button, if what you plug on that socket is shorted, we're gonna turn on the bulb So the bulb will gonna take all the power, and if the device that you plug in the socket is okay, you're gonna see that on the beginning the bulb will gonna turn on and then dim it back lower and let the power to pass to the device and limit the current to the device until you poke it around to see if it's everything okay. Then you switch the other side the switch and you let full power to come to the device. It's easy to build one and it's costing nothing. I could only find 100 watts, so you can buy 10 of them and you make 10 in parallel. So then I have to you make 1000 watts, James. I had the 1000 watts when I was a boy. My father had one that was putting on the garden to light up the garden in the night. A very big bulb. It was long, maybe like that long. Very big 1000 watts bulb. When he was turning on that one during the midnight, was lighting all that. Maybe we had there like, let's see, maybe we had the garden around 100 meters square, 100 square meters, and on one bulb was lighting up all the garden. Yeah, it's easy. Andy, it's easy to build one. Hey, just you need bulb, you need socket, and a switch. The switch is just to bypass the bulb once you see that device is in perfect condition and will not hurt nothing if you put full power on it. And that one also, the dim bulb will gonna avoid to have an explosion in your table, like if something is shorted and you plug it, might can make boom. I got 650 watts. That's good. It's important to don't be the LEDs, because the LEDs, they will not work, because it's electronic, and electronic doesn't, a semiconductor inside, and semiconductor doesn't act like a normal resistor to take the load easy. So that's why you need a normal simple bulb that is like any kind of resistance, that doesn't matter how it's taking the current in, because the semiconductor is taking the current only in one direction. Yeah, also the incandescent bulb are good as well. Those one are good as well. So while I'm here talking with you guys, let me put this one back together. Putting few screws back. As I say, I was doing more things, but I don't have for now more things to repair. I just have it only this one. So yeah, really sorry if those that they don't catch the stream from the beginning when I find the fault on this one and I fix it and it's working good. Only that disappointed because the datasheet and website who manufactured this one says clear that it's putting out 4K, and we couldn't get the 4K, only 1080p from it. So I'll not be able to replace the one that I'm using now, because the one that I'm using, same, is putting out only 1080p, so I'm looking for something to go to 4K, but on tight budget. That's why on this one I spent only £10. So it's working, but it will not help me because it's not putting out 4K. Yeah, but go look. You can go to website Polycom. You can write Polycom Studio model Dime. See, model P009, and look for search for manual, PDF manual. You're gonna read there in the manual. They say it's 4K. At the end on OBS says clear that was only 1080p. You know, when you go to set up your cameras in OBS and you select the resolution that you want, doesn't go more than 1080p. Guys, I might need to lie down to turn on my soldering station over there. This one goes there. Let's have more beer. So we're gonna say that this company cheating people, saying that it's a 4K, and actually it's not anything 4K. Right. Let me switch off my power supply. Turn it on for nothing over there. And yeah, guys, thank you for joining me. Gonna might stay longer, but my wife is due to arrive in a minute or so. I'm gonna see what I can find more for the next live streams, because I'm gonna try every Friday to have one. So I'm gonna try to gather some spares and repair stuff from eBay. Maybe anything, not only laptops or something. Maybe any kind of the devices. Maybe like amplifiers, stereos. No worries, now 11 sale is soon. Peter Stevens, hey, how are you? Thanks for the stream. Yeah, thank you so much also to joining me. I say, if you don't catch it from the beginning, just go to rewatch. You're gonna see on real time, real life, how this one find on original motherboard, not on the simulation that I did. You can see how good work this one, because it was a lot of reflections around on that motherboard, and with this one I get it. And as I say, I'm gonna send one to James, because I promised him. He's a channel member, so he deserves perks. So I'm gonna send him a kit. He will gonna make a video putting together all the parts and the components on the PCB, and he will gonna test it, and he will gonna say also his opinion about him. It's a good device, helping to find shorts or no. So don't rely only on my things, because on what I say about the board. For me, comparing how I find the short now and how I was struggling when I was doing the nitro, I couldn't see those two MOSFET quick. I struggled a lot to find those two MOSFET that they were shorted on the PCB, because on that laptop it was lots of reflections. But with this one, around the reflection, I really don't care it about whatever is lighting up continuously on my thermal camera. I was just looking for something that pulls. I was not caring, there is a red spot there, what is that? No, I was just fictionally looking for something that needs to lights up and go down. So guys, tell me, shall I say good night to all of you, and I'm gonna switch off this stream and I'm gonna try to find some better device for the next Friday, because I say as soon as my wife due to arrive at home and she need to have a little dinner because she's coming back from work. She didn't had any meal before she left. At what time she left? She left like 5:40. So she didn't have any meal, because sometimes she's having a meal before going. But today I didn't see her to have any meal when I come back home from work. And then our dining table is just over there, look, so she will gonna need this space for her things. Yeah, time for a beer. I had it one from starting my stream. Okay guys, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna say big thanks to my channel members, which are Russi Ross, JFix, Laptop Fix, and Grandpa's Bench. I don't know who is that one. I don't see that he had a YouTube channel. It's just call it on YouTube Grandpa's Bench. Thank you so much, guys. I'm gonna say good night to all of you, and catch you on next Friday. So I'm gonna go now. Bye bye.